Hello there, Internet. MegaMogwai here, and I got another Legends of Runeterra video for you guys today. And today we are going to be playing a meta deck. A meta deck, I know. But in my defense, we're not playing any meta deck. We're actually playing AKSHAN Sivir with Demacia. And that makes that statement that much worse. I know. Like, it's as if I'm making it any better. But let me actually explain myself as to why I am indeed uploading an AKSHAN Sivir video onto my channel. That's not something that I would have seen myself doing, especially considering how tired I was of this archetype before the recent hotfix happened, which we're all very grateful for, by the way, because otherwise Worlds would have been comprised of a bunch of AKSHAN Sivir lists, and it would have been very... diversity would have been at stake, and I don't think we want to see a world championship in which everybody brings the same deck, right? But you couldn't really take a different approach since this deck was extremely dominant up until that point. Even with the release of the new expansion in Bandlewood, with Bandle City, and like really strong champions like Nami and Sion, etc., it still didn't matter. Like, this deck was still at the top because it just was a little bit better than everything. Regarding power level, it needed to be toned down just a little bit, and I think they did a very good job at it as they nerfed Shape Stone, which was very warranted, as now it only gives +2 power instead of +3. They also nerfed Merciless Hunter down to 2 health, so she dies to Mystic Shot. Still, very good card, but more fair in the grand scheme of things, especially considering other 3-drops in the game. And a card that we're not even playing here anymore. And the main reason why I was drawn to this deck and I wanted to play it is the Rune Runner got nerfed to a 6/3, and we are playing the Vekauran Bruiser instead. This is my variant, and I say my variant, I only switched a couple of cards, like that's all I did. But essentially my variant on the AKSHAN Sivir list that we saw in the Worlds qualifier that was being played by Fresh Lobster, Game Breaker, Alan Z, who did phenomenally with it, amongst others. It was very prevalent in the European region specifically. And when I saw Vekauran Bruiser in those lineups, I was just very intrigued because this has always been a really cool 5-drop. And I was never really a big fan of Rune Runner because I think she was too pushed, and she just gives you too much immediate value, which I think takes away from, you know, how interesting 4-drops and 5-drops can potentially be in this game. And I like the current Bruiser a lot because initially it is a 5/5. It's well statted, but the longer it sticks on the board, especially in conjunction with strike spells like Concerted Strike, we can get some really solid value out of them. And with Lucky Finds, we have even more decision making regarding what to buff, right? We can go for a leveled up Sivir and stack all the buffs on her, or depending on different scenarios, we may want to apply buffs to one of our more weakened units that we want to retain on the board, try to give something spell shield, etc., etc. There's a lot to think about, and that's what I really like about the inclusion of this 5-drop into the deck. And that's honestly like the biggest, if not the major reason as to why we are playing this, because I wanted to try a more balanced version of AKSHAN Sivir because I was a big fan of this deck in the Worlds qualifier, like especially the games against Nami decks. I felt like this is a very rewarding archetype that doesn't really, especially now at its power level, it feels really solid, but it's nowhere near as dominant. And now we don't see, even after the performance that it had in the Worlds qualifier, we don't really see this deck too often in ranked because people are opting to go with other things. So now that it's more of an edgy pick, I guess, to a certain extent, is when I want to showcase it in the channel because I think it's a very cool archetype. Just your standard mid-range deck with Demacia support, but a lot of very key, you know, good combat tricks and just good interaction, good disruption in general, with, of course, my favorite champion in Rally, in the form of Golden Aegis to make use of the barrier as well. It's just a really cool deck because I, more than anything, love playing AKSHAN. I really did miss playing this champion. I love the play pattern of setting up the Warlord's Palace and then working for the Warlord's Horde, and trying to sequence your combat tricks appropriately to speed this up, but also not miss out on value. There's a lot of things to consider, and I just think AKSHAN is one of the most fascinating champions in the game. Is he a little bit too good? Maybe, you know, but I'm not really complaining about it at this point. Like I said, this deck is more balanced than ever, and I really had I had a blast playing it, honestly. Like, I never thought I would say this, but I enjoyed myself playing AKSHAN Sivir and I want to share that with you guys today. So that's what we will be doing. Don't you worry, I am working on other more original lists, like I'm working on a Lucian Senna concept that hopefully I'll have ready for you guys soon. I also want to showcase some Gauntlet gameplay as well, with some more, you know, unorthodox decks and lineups, amongst other stuff that I'm working on. So hopefully you guys are looking forward to that, and hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video despite the lack of originality, I guess. But hey, Vekauran Bruiser, okay? We got Vekauran Bruiser. He's just... it's everything, you know? Just changes the entire deck. So keep that in mind. Leave a like for Vekauran Bruiser. And yeah, I'm gonna stop talking. Love ya. Have a solid day. Stay tuned for daily Legends of Runeterra content. Hope you enjoy the games. I'll see you tomorrow. Alright, round one. This is actually a pretty tough matchup, especially if we end up dealing with Sejuani, which is very likely. So I'm gonna drop the Absolver. Bright Steel Protector is... it's pretty reliable here. I do want to keep Sivir. Though obviously I would like to see AKSHAN, right?
Nothing but the stink of blood and sweat.
No plunder for you.
Let's get to it.
We got it first.
Bam, bam, bam.
Gently, gently.
I want to hold on to the Bright Steel Protector for when I actually get good value out of her.
Who's on top of the bounty board today?
Alright. Well, for now, there's no... do I really care? I don't think I do. If I play Sivir now, I play until Make It Rain, so I actually don't want to do that.
Must be nice living off stolen.
I want to get the Warlord's Palace in. Yeah. Make It Rain would have bopped my spell shield.
It's a trap. Take everything. Swipe it off.
I'm gonna pass.
Gotta go with the flow.
That's why I want to preserve the Sharp Sight. So next turn I'm gonna have 5 mana. I want to see if I can bait a trade with that.
Not my first gunfight.
Good, good, good. Very good. That's very important. I don't think that was a good call by my opponent, but I'm happy. You know, I'm happy we played him into that.
Let's get him, crew.
All right. We want to Sharp Sight here. I don't think we need to play Sivir just yet. I think we can play the Vekauran Vagabond here.
We're not taking it. We're taking it back. Not a chance.
Bam, 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 bam. Level up progression is at 2. We're gonna play our Preservarium now.
Ye started without me. You pay, I talk to spirits. These are my rules.
Nothing's lost. It's just waiting to be.
We could see Sejuani here. But if we don't, we have a really nice attack.
Get bloody, get paid.
I'm gonna go for this. For the Sandstone Charger. I really want to apply damage here. Okay.
This is outrage.
Alright.
Busted.
Down to 3 cards. Still hasn't, you know, getting close to leveling up, but not quite there. Was not expecting that 3 sisters there to be used to block. But we got a bit of gas out of him. We're gonna get card draw once this thing flips, and if we find AKSHAN, we'll be able to level up as well. We're close to triggering this Absolver. The biggest threat is Sejuani, but because he's running low on gas as well, enabling her level up, or more so like her triggering her once he's leveled up, is not as easy.
Go get the shiny taboo.
Treasures of the ages.
That's annoying. I kind of want to play the Bryce Steel Protector.
I get the guards, Bob gets the goods.
My shield is yours. Missed. Pain is nothing.
Crack skulls, bag loot. She gets it. Barb,
Don't stand in my way. I'll stop you. Find your own.
your funeral.
Does he have another 3 sisters? Do you play that many considering you have allegiance?
Only the strong survive.
Do you have 2 warning shots? Oh. Harpoon. Hopefully no double harpoon. Oh, nice.
Wonder how much this is worth.
Nice, nice, nice. He's got nothing to buff with those lucky finds. I'll go challenger here. Okay, you can buff that. Right, there's the monkey idol. Alright. Oh, that was tight. I was like, if that was another 3 sisters, I would have been so tilted because this is such a risky, overwhelming monkey idol. Well, this challenge is going to be really, really good here. I just have a lot of spells, though, is the problem.
Honor guide me. Carve.
Oh, that's a pretty amazing top deck. I need to deal with that immediately. I need to deal with this immediately. And I need him to stop top decking champions all of a sudden. Like, that would be nice. Okay, second Sejuani down. I repeat, second Sejuani down. Hopefully we don't get another Sejuani here. And, you know, got some slack here. Alright. Bruiser. There we go! There we go! Woof! That was a tight game. Bye, Karma. That's pretty OG. How much do we need, Cataclysm? I'm gonna drop Cataclysm and Vekauran Bruiser, just because I want to enhance my chances of drawing into AKSHAN. There we go. I'm gonna lead off with Tracker because I do want to enable the Challenger, even though there's a good argument for keeping this in the back and see if they have any sort of removal.
I fight with my spirit, not my fists.
I'm gonna play around Thermogenic Beam.
Quick hands make quick work.
Bam, bam. Does he play Static Shock? Don't think so.
We each hold the world within.
Scores to settle, cooks to kill. You know how it is.
I'm gonna use Sharp Sight on the Tracker just to take down that Eye of the Dragon. If we can answer these Eyes of the Dragons and deal with his board better.
I do not break rules, I bend them slightly.
Here we go.
Nothing's lost. It's just waiting to be found.
We're gonna play Sibber.
Leave what we found today.
Here comes the punchline.
Bam, bam, bam. Twin Disciplines could hit us.
Step lightly.
We're gonna go for the Cataclysm. Knock out Vi. As we still got this Eye of the Dragon to deal with. But we have another action in hand, so we can...
We made it. Yeah.
That's annoying.
Our stuff did it.
Scores to settle, cooks to kill. You know how it is.
Very nice. Let's get the level up.
Fixing the world, one
Scoundrel at a time. AKSHAN is so fun to play, man. I don't care what anybody says. Like, AKSHAN is an absolute blast. Okay, I could go with a Sandstone Charger here. Forcing him to block. He's got 6 cards in hand. Let's draw.
goes bad loot. She gets it. Well, aren't we an odd couple?
I taste purple.
Danger pays.
Careful.
Knuckle time.
Your lesson begins.
What are you?
Blood or gold, I always get my share.
Right, we keep action on board. We have the concerted strike there. Very good draw. We have the rally as well. You know, our opponent has clearly a lot of life gain, but he hasn't been able to make use of this Eye of the Dragon this game. I mean, if he attacks with this, I'm just going to block with the Vekauran Bruiser every time. I think because of that thick health stat, baby.
Your funeral.
I'm going to keep my Sivir healthy. Especially, you could have a Twin Disciplines for all I know. I'm gonna block like this. I'm gonna give her tough and pass right back.
Where there is life, there is hope.
The world won't save itself, you know.
There it is.
Reconsider.
Even though Sivir will help me, like if he has a thermogenic beam, we can clear this. So I should go with this.
Business as usual.
Ready yourself.
So the blade of my mantle.
Got him. So we're gonna flip the Warlord's Horde,
Real treasure is friendship.
and
That's the
then
goal.
we're getting massive tempo on him. Nami Ezreal. Interesting. I like the Golden Aegis here. I think we can drop the Vekauran Bruiser for now. But I do like rally effects here, especially against snowbally tactics.
Look at this video. Step lightly.
Don't want to die? Don't do terrible.
If they have an answer for AKSHAN, we don't have an answer. We don't have a way to respond to it. So I'd rather get the Warlord's Palace in as early as possible. Double trouble could happen here, so I'd rather just open attack, I think.
Steady now.
Make it rain, alright.
It's a trap.
Time for a true display of skill.
Cool eye patch.
You like it? I mean, shut up and fight!
Ding-a-ding, I would love to see a sharp sight. Maybe he doesn't attack 'cause he is afraid of it.
Keep up, keep up.
I'm kind of inclined to this seems like a very weird play. But I really want to keep this action alive, and I want to get this. I want to do everything that I can to flip this. So even though there's a lot of potential answers he could have, I take away the value from his Mystic Shot by doing this. I essentially trade this card for one of his and getting another extra hit off on him. And if he doesn't have anything, then him attacking with Ezreal is essentially irrelevant here.
Rob 'em blind.
We live here.
Because now this Mystic Shot will be going towards you.
Firing. Villains beware. Talk is wordless.
We are what we do.
My quest is dangerous, but I will see it through.
I'm gonna spawn a charger and I'm gonna go for the kill here on Tanami. Flash or Brilliance?
I will save my people. Rise, Vekauran.
Why does that work the way it does? That's really weird. He played the spell, which leveled her up. Yeah, that's kind of strange.
Stop bragging if you can back it up. Cool eye patch.
You like it? I mean, shut up and fight!
Not expecting AKSHAN to survive here. Well, I mean, I guess he doesn't. That tells us he doesn't have pings.
Got it!
Okay.
They don't know what they're up against. Steal from the rich and give to the us.
Tribe Improbulator. Yikes. Trying to see if I can bait any mistakes out of him, but we're in trouble. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in trouble.
One shot, all skill.
Got a lizard and a shovel.
I mean, it's safe to assume that we're dead here. Because of the Mystic Shot. GG. Alright, I don't need to... I don't need to wait, like, with that many cards in hand, and Ezreal on the board, and a Mystic Shot, yeah. Alright, we're running into another tough matchup. Because it's funny how, as bizarre as that deck is with Ezreal, like the one that we faced prior, it actually worked much better against us than the standard version of Nami, because it had access to all sorts of PNZ based removal, which we're pretty weak to, right? It's not like this deck runs a bunch of removal, but it does have the ability to outmuscle us and outpace us. So I'm going to drop the Golden Aegis. I am going to keep the Cataclysm and the Brightsteel Protector, though. Brightsteel Protector is very important in a matchup like this. And even though we don't seem to have found the 1-drop, we do have the 1 mana for the Shapestone, which we'll be able to enable immediately with AKSHAN next turn. Okay, here we go. It's really a lot of damage.
Good people don't look the other way.
It's already a lot of damage. Don't really want to block into that.
Cool eye patch.
You like it? I mean, shut up and fight!
I'll play the Vagabond.
Swipe it off.
I can't really afford to attack here, because I need to be able to do this.
My shield is yours.
Anything helps.
I could go for a Cataclysm here. But I think waiting is also a good call here.
Heroes go hungry.
Because he's already like flooding the board quite a bit. So if I focus a lot on removing here and spending mana to do so, I'm gonna fall behind momentum wise. He's already applied a lot of pressure on us.
I have the best job.
It's a living. Danger pays.
Draven out.
We get to knock out Draven before he generates more axes. We save our blocker there for the 4-2. I'm gonna grab a Concerted Strike just to be able to match up with his board a little bit better. But us preserving this blocker for this is really, really important. Discard a Poro Cannon. I'm gonna use a Golden Aegis to give me a good blocker here.
Shield up!
Nothing personal. It's a living.
Good. Alright, would have preferred for him to block there. We're gonna go for this.
Told you to stay back.
get my share.
I really wanted to hit this.
What's behind this door, you think? Deadly traps, angry guardians, bunch of gold. Danger, pics. Took it fair and square.
We're gonna block there. Hopefully doesn't have another Scion in hand. Scorched Earth to prevent the card draw, alright. What do you have? Oh shit. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
It's a living.
Oh! Got him! Oh, okay. I wonder, he probably was winning for burn?
Friendship. Nah.
Whew. I didn't know what you said.